Okay, we're live.
Oh, we're live. Hello. This video, well, Facebook Live. I just firstly want to say thank you to everybody that came to my first home launch today. It was amazing, and I'm so grateful for the support that I've had so far from this business. It's brilliant. This video is sort of two parts to it. I'm going to start off by just saying why I joined Arbonne and how I came about it. Then I'm going to hand over to my sponsor and business partner, Danny Wells, who has been doing it a bit longer than I have, and she's just going to go into a bit more detail as to why, why she did Arbonne and what Arbonne is all about. So for me, I was introduced about 4 months ago by Danny Wells, and I was really intrigued because I could see on her Facebook all these exciting things that were happening, and also a bit about the products themselves. So I decided to message Danny about 3-4 weeks ago now, and I said, what are these products all about? Can I give them a go? And Danny said, yeah, that's fine. She rang me up, said, yeah, I'll tell you a bit about it. So she did, and then she came around the following day and dropped off a load of samples for me to try. And I tried them out, and they were amazing. And I decided, right, okay, I'm going to purchase these. But I thought, well, not only purchase them, I'm going to actually set up my business myself and recommend these products to other people that were perhaps in the same situation I was about 3 or 4 weeks ago. So I've been doing it now for about 2 weeks, and it's amazing in those 2 weeks how much already this business has grown and is growing. And not only that, the business growing, but me, myself, personally, personal development, I'm going to events that I didn't think I would go to. I'm sort of meeting new people. I'm in a team where everyone is so supportive, and I've just never found that in any job I've done. It's just not like that. So I'm so happy and so excited to see where this goes. And I'm also so thankful for my sponsor and business partner, Danny, for all the time and effort that she's put into this for me as well, because without that support, you're not going to get very far. So thank you so much. And I'm so excited to see where this goes in the future. So yay, thank you. And I'll hand over now to Danny before I forget.
Hi,
so here she is.
Jenny, you're so welcome. It's so lovely to work with people that are as excited and enthusiastic and have like a real great work ethic like you. It really is quite refreshing. So thank you. Hi everybody. Thank you for jumping on and supporting Jenny with her business launch. So she did have an in-person one today. I know she's having a couple more as the weeks progress. And this is like an online one. So for you guys that live maybe in Australia, America, Canada, New Zealand, Poland, or even just across the UK, or maybe even can't get out and about as easily, this is for you guys so that you can understand what it is that Jen is doing. Because when somebody starts a business, you tend to go, if she had opened up a coffee shop, you'd go to the coffee shop and you would be able to say, yes, Jenny sells coffee and it's lovely and it's all very easy to understand. But when somebody starts an online franchise, it's kind of a bit of a blurry, grey area. What actually is it? I know for my husband, when he found out that I'd opened up my Arbonne online franchise, he was like, what is it? And I was like, I can't really explain it. So I'm going to explain what Jenny's business actually is. Now, before I do, what I'll do is I'll tell you how I got involved with Arbonne, because I haven't always been an Arbonne consultant. My background was actually working in ophthalmology. So I worked for Specsavers Opticians for many, many, many years, and I loved what I did. I really, really loved my job. And I actually thought that I would stay there until retirement age. And what happened was life threw us a massive curveball when my youngest daughter, so I've got 2 children, 2 girls, my youngest daughter, unfortunately, had a major brain hemorrhage and a stroke. And it was something that we never, ever predicted. There was no signs. We had no idea this was going to happen. It came absolutely out of the blue for us. And it meant that she spent a long time on life support and then intensive care and then a high dependency ward. And I was able to just say to my boss, I need to have time off and be with her. And I was with her for probably about a year without going back to work. And she did eventually recover, but she had, even when she recovered and was discharged from hospital, she still had things like seizures, speech and language therapy, physiotherapy. So she still had loads of different appointments and things. And after a year, my boss basically said to me, Danny, are you coming back to work or not? And I had to say to him, it was awful. I basically had to say to him, do you know what? I'm not. And it broke my heart because it was a career that I'd like put my heart and soul into, but I just couldn't. Like my daughter, she needed wraparound care. She needed like round the clock looking after. And so I had to say goodbye. And when I said goodbye to the opticians, I obviously said goodbye to the income, because it is a job that you only get paid if you show up. So that income was gone. And we just couldn't survive financially. My husband's income would come in at the beginning of the month, but his income would cover like the first 2 weeks of the month, and then we'd be left with like 2 to 3 weeks at the end of the month with no money coming in. And there was actually times where we would physically have to choose between like heating the house or eating properly. And these are options, these are choices that people should never ever be put in the situation of. So I actually went on to benefits in the end, because we just couldn't survive. So I was given from the government £60 a month, which I am so grateful for. You know, that money was given to us, and truly don't want to come across as ungrateful, because I am very grateful for that. But that £60 a month from the government didn't even cover fuel or parking, taking our daughter back and forth to the hospital in Leicester, where we were going back and forth to. So we were just sinking in debt, more and more debt every month. And after 2 years of just plummeting into debt, not death. Oh my gosh, I didn't mean that, debt. I was like, we got to do something about this. Like, life just can't go on like this. I just couldn't see like the wood for the trees. But I knew if I didn't do something about our situation, if I didn't change something, nothing would change. So I knew that I had to do something. I didn't really know what. And a friend actually from childhood said to me, Danny, I want to tell you about Arbonne. And I'm really open-minded. So I was like, go on then. So she said to me, have you ever heard of Arbonne? And I was like, no. And she said, have you heard of social marketing? You might have heard of it as like network marketing or multi-level marketing. And I was like, no, I'd never heard of it. And she said, are you aware that all the products that you buy from like the high street shops that you fill your bathroom with and your dressing table and your kitchen, all these products have got toxins and chemicals in that cause long-term damage. So like things like parabens linked to cancers, and mineral oil linked to skin issues, and products that are causing like depression and IBS, and, you know, all these like problems that as a nation we're starting to suffer from. And I was like, no, I genuinely had no idea about the links between product ingredients and ailments. No idea. But it was really interesting, because when she was saying this, like the clogs were turning in my head, because I actually was diagnosed with lupus, and my husband's also got an autoimmune. He was diagnosed with fibromyalgia. You might have heard of that as ME or chronic fatigue. So we both had these autoimmunes, and both my daughters had really bad eczema. So like we were quite an unhealthy family as it goes. And I thought, gosh, if these products are causing our problems, maybe I can do something about it and change the products, and maybe we can get a bit of relief from what's going on. So I was already interested in the products. She hadn't even like said any more, and I was like, I'm interested. And she then said to me, well, basically, Danny, this company called Arbonne, it's been around for 40 years. And when she said 40 years, I felt utter relief, because if she'd said it's been around for like 2 or 3 years, I'd have felt really anxious, because we all know like how many companies actually last past the first 10 years. Very, very few. So when she said 40 years, I thought, oh my gosh, it's got stability. Yes. So she's been around for 40 years. The products are Swiss formulated, so like from Switzerland, like a Swiss heritage. Again, I felt so much relief, because although I'm not a producty person, I knew that products from Switzerland, like that, you're talking like ultra premium, you're talking like creme de la mer, La Prairie standards. So I was like, okay. And then she said to me, and the products are formulated without any toxins, no nasties. They're all plant-based. They're not tested on animals. They're good for the environment. They are results-driven. They're backed by science. They work. Like, she was just like saying all these things. And I was like, right. And she said, and because the products are not sold in shops, they don't have to go up 80%, because products that are sold in shops, in fact, anything sold in a shop goes up 80%, because that's the profit margin. That's the markup of selling a product in a shop. That because you've got to pay for like advertising, you've got to pay for like lorry drivers, you've got to pay for shelf stackers, till people, managers, insurances. You've got a lot of people to pay for when a product's sold in a shop. So she said the founder refuses to sell these products in shops so that they don't have to go up 80%. So what that means is the products can be an ultra premium brand at affordable prices. And I thought, wow, like, yeah, I'm interested. And she said to me, the products are completely exclusive. Like, you can't just buy Arbonne products. They're not available. You have to know an Arbonne consultant with a website. And so Jenny has that. Jenny's bought her website. She bought that website, which means that anybody that knows Jenny now is able to access Arbonne products if you want them, whereas before you wouldn't have been able to. So when my friend said to me, you can buy your website and you'll be able to access these products, but you'll also be able to share your website with other people so that they can access the product. And if they order products on your website, if they order products online, you don't take any money. All the money's done online. You don't deliver anything. It's all delivered for you. Like, it's a clean, easy system. But if anybody buys anything off your website, you get paid for that referral. And I just thought, this is amazing. Like, I was in straight away. I was like, don't say no more. I'm in. So what happened was, I bought my website. So at the minute it's £30 to buy your business, and you just pay that once. You pay your £30 once, and then every 12 months you pay to renew it, which is £25. So I bought that, thought bargain. I know how much businesses cost, so I was like, absolute steal. And then I bought the products that I wanted at cost, because if you're a consultant like Jenny, you get all the products at cost, which I love, because I love to save money. And I love using good products now that I know what's in products and what I was using before. And then what happened was, I think in the beginning, I told lots of people, but I told 4 people who purchased products. And then they used the products and saw massive results. So I'll give you an example. One of the people that bought products, it helped her little one with their eczema. And then her next door neighbour was like, wow, like what have you used? And she said, oh, I've used my friend's Arbonne website, my friend's Arbonne shop. And the woman was like, oh, I'd like to use these products as well. So the friend that I'd introduced to Arbonne gave my website link to her next door neighbour. I didn't know the neighbour. The next door neighbour ordered products on my website. So I didn't know her, but she ordered the products and she used the products and loved them. And then she ended up telling somebody at work, who then ordered products on my website. So, like, you can imagine, like, the ripple effects. So what happened was, initially I only had 4 people buy products from me, but over the first year, because those people used the products and loved them, they told people and they told people and they told people. Within 12 months, I'd had 1,000 people buy products off my website, where the word of mouth referral had been passed on to the next person. So one of my biggest concerns with this business is I don't know enough people, which is true. I don't know loads of people. But people tell somebody that tells somebody that tells somebody. So I imagine if Jenny hadn't decided to start an Arbonne business, she probably would have used the products, and she probably would have told her work colleagues, her family, her sister, who then probably would have ordered products off my website rather than Jenny's if she didn't get her own. And it would have been passed around like that. But obviously Jenny has got a website, so you can order off Jenny's website. But that's the beauty of this business. It purely is a word of mouth business. Now, I was earning, within 4 months, I was earning £500 a month, which for us as a family was life-changing. And I know if you're watching this right now, you're probably thinking like £500 a month, that's not like life-changing. But it was for us, because it meant that my husband didn't have to work overtime anymore. So it meant that as a family, we actually got to sit around a table and eat dinner together, which never happened. And then my business kept on growing. So I was earning like £500 a month 4 months in, but then 6 months in, I was earning £2,000 a month. And when I'd been doing it a whole year, I was earning £5,000 a month. Now that doesn't happen overnight. That took time. Like I said, there was like 1,000 people ordering products a year in, but this is the type of business that's online. There's no like glass ceiling. It's like having like shares of Amazon. Like, it keeps growing and growing and growing and growing. There's no cap on it, which is amazing. So I've had my business for 5 years now, and I absolutely love it. The products are phenomenal. The ability to help people, and I know Jenny is so passionate about helping people and making a difference, like, it just makes you feel so good on the inside. We get free training from people that work on the X Factor, skincare specialists, nutritionists that work with Olympians. So we get all this free training that people would pay to go to like university and learn. We get it all for free. Like, just that in itself is worth every penny for me. And we just get to make a bit of a difference and have a lot of fun while we're doing it. So you're probably thinking, well, how can I support Jenny with her business? So I'll tell you, there's 3 ways you can support Jenny. So the 3 C's, I'll go through them, and I'd love it if you could put in the comments whether you're a 1, a 2, or a 3. So number 1 is if you want to be a client. So client is somebody that would order products from Jenny. So when your mascara runs out, ask Jenny if you can order a mascara from her website, or baby care products, or sun care products, or hair care products, or like a toothpaste and a deodorant if you don't use many products but you use those. We do things that you can eat and drink. So there's literally something for everybody. There's over 500 products. So you can have a look on Jenny's website. And if you want to support her by becoming a client, ask her for a little cheeky discount as well. I'm sure she'll be happy to oblige. And just put, I'm a client all the way, backing you girl, like really excited for you. And she will be able to talk to you more about that. Number 2 is a consultant. So if you've listened to this and thought, well, if Jenny's doing this and she's making like £500 a month, I can do this as well. You're absolutely right. Like, it doesn't take a rocket scientist to be able to build this sort of business. So all you need is £30 to buy your online website. Then you buy whatever products that you want. You get added into the team support, you get added into the training program, and you just learn as you go. So like Jenny didn't know what she was doing at the beginning, nor did I. You just earn and learn as you grow, and you just have a lot of fun doing it. You're not tied into targets. You don't have to like sell a certain amount. You don't have to like invest loads of money. There's none of that. You just take it as it comes, which is always nice to know. So if that's for you, then just put number 2, I'm a consultant, I've got some questions, and me and Jenny can help you answer those questions for you. If neither of them are for you, that's absolutely fine. Number 3 is what we call a cheerleader. So important. Cheerleaders are people that just say to Jenny on a regular basis, Jenny, how's your business going? Have you got any products that you want me to try and write you up a testimony about? Have you got any new customers this week? Like, tell me a little bit about your business. So cheerleaders just keep us like motivated, because we are self-employed. So it's just nice to have somebody that just cheers you along. And cheerleaders are the types of people that would like, what can I say? Like they're like connectors. So if you go to work and somebody says that they've got really bad IBS, or their child's got eczema, or they're looking for like a paraben-free deodorant because their mother-in-law's had a diagnosis of cancer, like if you hear these kinds of things, say to them, listen, my friend Jenny has just started her own online business. She's got a shop selling products that are going to be what you want them to be. They're going to be they're going to solve the problems that you've got. Let me connect you in with a message with Jenny so she can tell you a little bit about these products. So you're connecting the person at work with Jenny. Or if you hear somebody say, oh my gosh, if only I had an extra £500 or £1,000 a month, it makes such a difference to our lives and our lifestyle. Connect that person with Jenny so she can tell them about this business, because this is the sort of business that you can do alongside a full-time job, or alongside kids, or alongside a crazy busy life. As long as you are hygienic and you have some sort of like wash every day, as long as you're using like toothpaste and shampoo and deodorant, you've got all the skills that you need to do this business. You just need to switch brands, use the Arbonne products instead, and get paid to talk about them. Like, that's it. And then you just learn everything as you go. So connectors or cheerleaders, so important. So if that's you, then just put in the comments, I'm a 3, I'm a cheerleader, I'm with you all the way. And Jenny will love upon you as much as she would anyone else. So those are the 3 options. Those are the 3 ways that you can support Jenny with her business. So I'll stop talking, because I can talk and talk and talk, and I'll hand you back over to Jenny just to say thank you and goodbye.
Yeah, thank you so much for watching. And like Danny says, you're growing a business, but at the same time you're having so much fun with it. So that's what is so exciting about the whole process, the whole business opportunity. So yeah, I'm so excited to see where this takes us, or me. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. Bye.
Thanks, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.